really like backed up everything he said, introduced me to his family, his friends, I guess the title, been consistent and persistent with everything, been trying to even help me in different ways. Like this man was like, let me update your resume. I know you want to get a newer or better job. Like he showed up in ways that a man hadn't before for me. So it made it, for I'm like, oh wow, like I never had a man gone all this way for me. But then now these things started showing up, and I'm like, this isn't healthy. This is very toxic. And we're out in dinner and he doesn't like something. He'll start literally getting loud and having a conversation about it mid dinner in front of other people. And this has happened many times. So it's like this, this kind of, I'm like, these trust issues.
Y'all don't understand what this. See, okay, let me give y'all this. This is a teacher moment for a lot of y'all women that's listening. Y'all have to understand something. As soon as you get a man who starts to feel like you need him more than he needs you, or he's some savior for you, this is where this starts to come in. You see this a lot. Let me tell y'all where you see this the most. You see this the most when you see older men that date younger women. This is where you see this the most. But it also happens when you see men who make a lot of money more than a woman, and he's doing a lot for her, and she's praising him. Thank you. Nobody's ever done. Then he gets this complex about himself, as if, wow, she needs me. And then you start to see that dynamic change. This is where y'all are right now. I could even tell by the way you was explaining him to me. Let me know right now what he's thinking about y'all.
Mm-hmm.
And this is why he's treating you the way he treats you.
Mm.
And it's going to continue to happen. So what I would suggest, sis, is that you gotta, so there's been a major power shift in this relationship. And the power right now is in his favor. He believes that you need him, so you ain't gonna go nowhere. So he could talk to you, treat you, mistreat you, mishand. This is what happens. I tell, even on the low end. Let me go to not high earned men. Let me go to men that ain't that middle class men. I tell, even on the low end. Let me go to not high earned men. Let me go to men that ain't that middle class men. 50,000, whatever. He meets a woman, makes 16 to 20,000. He can come in and pay her bills and do everything for her. Guess what? Now he starts to handle her anyway because he knows she needs him. Anytime a man starts to think like that, that's when we come in. That's when we start taking advantage of you, take you for granted, and doing stuff like that. So where you at right now? This is what you got. This is how you get your power back. Let me ask you a question first. Though, do y'all live together?
No.
Good. So this is gonna be easy for you to do. Now, when I tell you this though, this is something you're gonna have to make up in your mind that you want to do. Because if you don't like the treatment, you got to respond in a way now that's gonna be very, very drastic. Because he's not gonna change just because he's gonna wake up one morning and say, "Oh, I need to." He's not gonna do that because he's already kind of like gotten used to this type of behavior with no real consequences. Consequences now. So what you have to do, first and foremost, you need to send him a message. I wouldn't even call him on the phone because it's going to turn into an argument. You're going to send him a message. You're going to text him. You can say, listen, I really appreciate who you are. I appreciate the things you've done for me. But I feel as though that I'm not being respected in this situation. And I'm sending you this message to let you know that I'm taking a break at least for a couple of days so that I can reflect and focus on what my next move needs to be. You're not going to tell him you're breaking up with him. You're not going to tell him you're going to walk away. I need to take a couple of days to myself so that I can focus on what my next move needs to be. And I'll reach back out to you when I'm ready to talk. And you're going to leave it there. Now, what's going to happen when you do this? He's going to amp it up. He's going to be calling, your phone going to blow, all this kind of stuff. And because he has narcissistic tendencies. That's true. But you're going to have to keep the door closed on this. Once you send that text message, you're going to have to lock in, give yourself at least I would say at least 3 days. No contact, right? before you decide. And then what you're going to do, you're not going to contact him even after the 3 days. You're not going to contact him. What you're going to do is you're going to allow him to contact you after those 3 days to see what the tone of his, what his tone is. Don't do it over the phone, because he's going to try to call you. You're going to tell him, no, don't call me. Just text me at this point. See what the tone of the text is before you decide to open back up to him. And if the tone of the text is the same, you're going to give him some more time.
I love that.
You get what I'm saying?